You've been chasing, but they keep pulling away. Let's fix that.
Does it ever feel like avoidants have this uncanny sense of timing? Just as you're finally ready to move on, they reappear, as if they've been watching from a distance, waiting for your healing to begin. It's confusing, frustrating, and frankly, exhausting. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Today, we're going to break down exactly why avoidants behave this way, whether or not they're capable of real change, and most importantly, how you can regain control of your emotional well-being, whether they come back or not. You might be asking yourself, why does this happen? Is it something I did, or is it just who they are? Well, understanding the avoidant mindset is key to breaking free from this cycle. As you watch, the reasons behind their behavior will become crystal clear, and more importantly, how to move forward in a way that protects your peace. If you've been caught in the back-and-forth dynamic of an avoidant partner, you've probably felt a mix of emotions: confusion, anger, sadness, maybe even self-doubt. Let me say this right now, you're not overreacting. Relationships with avoidants can feel like an emotional roller coaster, and it's okay to feel frustrated or hurt. But here's the good news. Understanding their behavior can help you step off that ride, for good. Before this video is over, you'll not only understand the avoidant mindset, but also feel empowered to make decisions that align with your emotional well-being. Whether you're here to reconcile or to move on, you'll leave with clarity and confidence. And if any part of this resonates with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share your story in the comments. There's a whole community here that understands exactly what you're going through. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights on relationships, attachment, and personal growth. Ready to get started? Let's dive in by understanding what avoidant attachment really is and why it feels like they're always running from connection. To understand why avoidants behave the way they do, we need to go back to where it all starts: attachment. Attachment theory explains how our early relationships with caregivers shape the way we connect with others as adults. And avoidant attachment is one of 4 main styles. People with avoidant attachment often develop this style during childhood, usually in environments where emotional needs weren't met consistently. For example, if caregivers were distant, dismissive, or uncomfortable with emotional intimacy, the child might learn to suppress their own feelings to avoid disappointment. Over time, this child grows into an adult who associates emotional closeness with vulnerability, and vulnerability with danger. So they keep their guard up, even in relationships that matter deeply to them. Now let's talk about how avoidant attachment plays out in romantic relationships. At first, avoidants can come across as confident, independent, even charming. But as the relationship deepens and emotional intimacy becomes unavoidable, their protective instincts kick in. Here's what you might notice. They avoid deep conversations about emotions. They hesitate to express vulnerability, even when they're struggling. When things feel too close, they withdraw, emotionally or even physically. But here's the paradox. Avoidants often do want connection. They just don't know how to manage the discomfort that comes with it. It's like they're caught between 2 instincts, desiring love but fearing the vulnerability it requires. Now, let's address a common myth. Avoidants don't care about their partners. This couldn't be further from the truth. They do care, but their fear of emotional closeness often overrides their ability to show it. Another myth is that avoidants are bad or intentionally hurtful. In reality, they're often unaware of how their behavior impacts others. They're operating from patterns they developed long before they met you. Understanding this doesn't excuse hurtful behavior, but it can help you approach the situation with more clarity and less self-blame. If you've been in a relationship with an avoidant, you've probably experienced the push-pull dynamic. This is when they draw close enough to feel connected, but pull away the moment it feels too intense. Why does this happen? For avoidants, closeness can feel like losing control. Pulling back is their way of regaining a sense of safety. Unfortunately, this leaves their partners feeling confused, rejected, and emotionally drained. Does this sound familiar? Have you ever felt like you were being pushed away just when things seem to be going well? Here's why all of this matters. When you understand the avoidant mindset, you stop taking their behavior personally. instead of wondering, what's wrong with me? You can start asking, what do I need to feel secure? And is this relationship meeting those needs? And while avoidants can work on their attachment style, it's not your job to fix them. What is your job is deciding what's best for you. Now that we've explored avoidant attachment, let's dive into why they often return after breakups and what that means for you. Breakups are supposed to be the end of a story, right? But with avoidance, it can feel more like a pause. You're finally picking up the pieces of your life, and then, just like that, they're back. Why does this happen? And is it genuine? To answer that, we need to understand the avoidant mindset during and after a breakup. Avoidants tend to operate in cycles, pushing away when intimacy feels too close and returning once the distance makes them feel safe again. This is what's known as the push-pull dynamic, and it's one of the most emotionally draining aspects of being in a relationship with an avoidant partner. Here's why this happens. Avoidants crave connection like everyone else, but their fear of vulnerability creates a sense of panic when the relationship becomes too emotionally intense. They pull away to regain a feeling of control, but after the breakup, they often start to miss the connection because the pressure of closeness is no longer there. It's not that they've suddenly had an epiphany or realized they can't live without you. More often, they're feeling the absence of the relationship without the emotional demands that once overwhelmed them. Avoidants live in a constant state of emotional ambivalence. They want connection, but are terrified of what it takes to sustain it. This internal conflict creates a confusing back and forth for their partners. When they return, it's not always because they're ready to change. Often, they're trying to soothe their own feelings of loneliness without fully addressing the reasons the relationship ended in the first place. This can be incredibly hurtful, especially if you've been doing the work to heal and move forward. But understanding this ambivalence helps you make more informed choices about how to respond. So, how can you tell if their return is part of the avoidance cycle or a real attempt to reconnect? Let's start with the red flags. They avoid discussing the reasons for the breakup. If they're deflecting or minimizing the issues that caused the breakup, it's likely they're not ready to make meaningful changes. They resist accountability or personal growth. Without a willingness to work on their attachment style or communication habits, the same problems are bound to resurface. They jump back in without addressing boundaries or expectations. This can be a sign they're prioritizing their own comfort over the health of the relationship. That said, not all avoidant returns are part of the push-pull cycle. Sometimes avoidants do come back with real intentions to grow and rebuild trust. Here are the signs their return might be genuine. They've taken concrete steps to address their behavior. This shows self-awareness and a desire to break old patterns. They're open to honest, vulnerable conversations. This demonstrates they're willing to confront the uncomfortable emotions they've avoided in the past. They respect your boundaries and emotional needs. This shows they value the relationship enough to make changes that benefit both of you. Think about your own experience. When your avoidant partner returned, were they showing these signs, or were they repeating old patterns? Recognizing the difference is crucial to protecting your emotional well-being. Now let's talk about why avoidant returns can feel so emotionally intense. For many people, an avoidance reappearance triggers a mix of relief, hope, and anxiety. You might think, maybe this time it will be different. This is completely natural. Humans are wired to seek connection, and when someone we care about comes back, it can feel like a second chance. But it's important to pause and ask, is this return meeting my needs, or just reopening old wounds? What would need to change for this relationship to feel truly healthy and fulfilling for you? Whether their return is genuine or not, the most important question is, what do you want? In the next section, we'll talk about how to navigate their return, whether you choose to reconcile or move forward. If you've been in a relationship with an avoidant partner, you've likely felt it all: confusion, frustration, sadness, and even anger. One moment they're distant, the next they're back, and the emotional whiplash can be overwhelming. Let me tell you this, your feelings are valid. Navigating a relationship with an avoidant partner can leave you questioning yourself. Am I asking for too much? Am I too needy? These doubts are common, but they're often the result of inconsistent emotional availability, not a reflection of your worth. Avoidant partners often struggle to meet emotional needs in a relationship. It's not because they don't care, but because vulnerability feels unsafe to them. This can leave their partners feeling neglected and unseen. This dynamic creates an emotional disconnect. While you're seeking reassurance and connection, they're retreating to protect themselves from feelings they haven't learned to process. Have you ever found yourself over-explaining your feelings to an avoidant partner, only to feel like you're hitting a wall? It's not because your feelings are wrong, it's because they're not equipped to handle the closeness. The push-pull dynamic is especially draining. One day they're pulling you close, making you feel special, and the next, they're pushing you away. It's like being caught in a game where the rules keep changing. Over time, this cycle can chip away at your self-esteem, leaving you feeling like you're walking on eggshells, afraid to say or do the wrong thing that might push them further away. Here's the truth. You deserve more than emotional inconsistency. Relationships are meant to be a source of support and stability, not a guessing game. One of the most important steps in navigating a relationship with an avoidant partner is letting go of self-blame. Their behavior isn't a reflection of your value or your efforts. It's a result of their unresolved fears and patterns. It's easy to feel like if you were just more patient, less emotional, or more perfect, things would change. But the reality is, avoidant attachment runs deeper than your actions. It's rooted in their experiences long before they met you. What would happen if you stopped blaming yourself for their inability to show up emotionally? Let's talk about what's realistic in these situations. Avoidants can change, but only if they're willing to do the work. This means acknowledging their patterns, seeking self-awareness, and taking steps to address their attachment style. What's not realistic is expecting them to change because you want them to. Change has to come from within, and it often requires professional help, like therapy. So ask yourself, are you waiting for something they've shown no signs of working toward? If so, it might be time to reevaluate what you need from a relationship. One of the most effective ways to protect your emotional well-being is by setting clear, non-negotiable boundaries. Boundaries aren't about controlling the other person. They're about protecting your peace. Boundaries help you define what behaviors you will and won't accept. For example, if an avoidant partner disappears for weeks and expects to pick up where they left off, you can set the boundary that communication needs to be consistent for the relationship to continue. What boundaries could you set today that would help you feel more secure and respected in your relationships? It's okay to feel angry, it's okay to feel hurt, and it's okay to want more than what an avoidant partner can currently offer. Your emotions are valid, and they're telling you something important. You deserve a relationship where you feel seen, valued, and loved. The key is channeling those emotions into action. Whether that means working with your avoidant partner to create a healthier dynamic or choosing to move forward without them, the decision is yours to make. Now that we've validated your experience and set realistic expectations, let's talk about actionable steps. Whether you want to reconcile with your avoidant partner or start a new chapter without them. By now, you've learned why avoidants behave the way they do and how their return might signal either a genuine desire for change or just another round of the push-pull cycle. But the question remains, what should you do next? Whether you're considering reconciliation or deciding it's time to move forward, here's how to approach it with clarity and confidence. If you're hoping to reconcile with an avoidant partner, look for signs they're ready to meet you halfway. Here are 3 key indicators they might be serious about rebuilding the relationship. They've taken steps to understand their attachment style. Self-awareness is crucial for avoidants to break free from their patterns. If they've sought therapy, started reflecting on their behavior, or shown a genuine interest in personal growth, it's a sign they might be ready for change. They're initiating vulnerable conversations, showing they're willing to confront the discomfort of emotional intimacy. If they're making an effort to honor your needs, It's a sign they value the relationship enough to make meaningful changes. If you see these signs and want to give the relationship another chance, here are some steps to rebuild trust and create a stronger foundation. Be honest about what you need to feel secure in the relationship. For example, you might say, "I need consistent communication to feel connected. Can we work on that together?" Boundaries are essential for avoiding old patterns. For instance, if their habit of shutting down during arguments caused problems before, set a boundary like, "If we're upset, let's agree to take a break but revisit the conversation within 24 hours." Growth is a process, not an overnight transformation. Acknowledge the small wins, like them initiating a difficult conversation or showing up consistently, while remaining mindful of your own emotional needs. Are you ready to approach reconciliation with realistic expectations and firm boundaries? For some of you, the healthiest choice might be to let go and move forward without your avoidant partner. If that's where you are, here's how to prioritize your healing and start a new chapter filled with possibilities. After a relationship with an avoidant partner, it's normal to feel emotionally drained or even question your worth. But healing starts with reconnecting with yourself. Consider seeking therapy to process your emotions and gain tools for building healthier connections in the future. Joining a support group can also provide a sense of community and understanding. When was the last time you prioritized your needs and happiness? A breakup isn't just an ending, it's an opportunity to rediscover yourself. Reconnect with activities and hobbies that make you feel alive and confident. This isn't about distracting yourself. It's about remembering that your life is rich and fulfilling with or without a partner. Once you've done the work to heal, you'll be in a better position to recognize red flags early on and build connections with emotionally available individuals. Pay attention to how people handle conflict and express emotions. Look for partners who value vulnerability and consistency, traits that lead to secure, fulfilling relationships. For those of you who feel stuck, especially women over 30, let me remind you, you are in your prime. Your life experience, resilience, and self-awareness make you an incredible partner. Don't let societal pressures convince you to settle for less than what you deserve. You're not starting over, you're starting stronger. Your best chapter might still be ahead. Take a moment to reflect. What feels most aligned with your emotional well-being right now? Whether you choose to reconcile or move on, remember this: it's your decision. No one knows what's best for you except you. Now that we've covered these practical steps, let's wrap up with an empowering message about what you truly deserve in your relationships and in your life. Navigating relationships with avoidant partners can be emotionally challenging, but it can also teach you profound lessons about yourself, your needs, and your capacity for growth. Avoidant attachment isn't a life sentence, for them or for you. Yes, avoidance can change, but it requires self-awareness, effort, and a genuine desire to break old patterns. And if they're not ready or willing, that's okay too, because you have the power to decide the kind of love and connection you want in your life. Whether you choose to stay, reconcile, or move on, the most important thing is that you prioritize your emotional well-being. You are worthy of a relationship where you feel valued, supported, and secure. Healing and growth aren't linear. It's okay to take things one step at a time. Whether that step is having an honest conversation with your avoidant partner, setting a firm boundary, or finally letting go, every choice you make in alignment with your well-being is a victory. Relationships don't define your worth. You do. The love you give yourself sets the tone for every connection you'll build moving forward. Sometimes the most beautiful transformations happen when we're willing to let go of what no longer serves us. This isn't about giving up. It's about making space for the kind of love that lifts you higher. Imagine your future, one where you feel safe, supported, and deeply connected. Whether it's with someone new, with a partner who has grown alongside you, or simply with yourself, that future is possible. And it starts with the choices you make today. You have the power to create a life and relationships that reflect your worth. Never settle for less than what you deserve. If this video resonated with you, take a moment to share your story in the comments. There's a whole community here that understands what you're going through, and your journey could inspire someone else. And if you're looking for more insights on attachment styles, personal growth, and building healthier relationships, don't forget to subscribe. All right, folks, let's get real for a minute. In today's video, we're diving into something that might hit a little too close to home. Those 5 sneaky mistakes that can actually push your ex even further away after a breakup. Yeah, I'm talking about those moments when you're trying your best to reconnect, but somehow it all just backfires. Sound familiar? You're not alone in this. Breakups are tough, no sugarcoating it, and figuring out how to handle everything afterward can feel like walking through a minefield. So, here's the deal. We're going to break down the common post-breakup blunders that so many of us make without even realizing it. Maybe you're texting too much, or maybe you're stuck pointing fingers. These things can create a bigger gap instead of closing it. But hey, don't freak out just yet. This isn't about beating yourself up, it's about getting smart with your next steps. What you're gonna get from this video isn't just a list of don'ts. Nope, we're here to arm you with some solid advice to help you navigate this tricky terrain. We'll dive into some practical tips and real talk that'll help you see things clearer and move with confidence. Knowing these mistakes could be the game changer for anyone trying to salvage a relationship. The stakes are high, and the last thing you want is to unintentionally push your ex away when all you want is to bring them closer. So stick with me as we unpack these surprising missteps and get you the tools you need to walk this post-breakup path like a pro. Your journey to healing, and maybe even sparking that old flame again, starts right here, right now. Mistake number 1, overcommunication. One of the most common pitfalls after a breakup is overcommunication. While it's natural to want to reach out and express your feelings, constant messaging can actually push your ex further away. Psychologically, excessive communication can create pressure and anxiety for both parties. Your ex may feel overwhelmed, leading them to retreat even more, which is the opposite of what you want. Imagine sending multiple texts throughout the day, checking in, or seeking reassurance. This can come off as clingy or desperate, making your ex feel trapped rather than valued. Instead, it's essential to establish healthy boundaries. Consider limiting your communication to a few thoughtful messages a week. This not only gives your ex space, but also allows you to reflect on your feelings without the noise of constant interaction. If you do need to communicate, focus on quality over quantity. Share meaningful updates or thoughts that genuinely matter, rather than trivial messages. You might also consider using alternative methods to connect, such as sending a heartfelt email or scheduling a brief phone call. This way, you can express your feelings without overwhelming them with a barrage of texts. Remember, the goal is to foster a sense of respect and understanding, not to create a cycle of anxiety. By maintaining healthy boundaries and communicating effectively, you can keep the lines open without pushing your ex further away. Mistake number 2, social media stalking. In the age of social media, it's all too easy to fall into the trap of stalking your ex online. While it might seem harmless to check their profiles for updates, this behavior can have significant negative effects on your emotional well-being. Social media often distorts perceptions, presenting a curated version of reality that can lead to feelings of inadequacy and anxiety. You might see your ex smiling in photos or hanging out with friends, which can trigger jealousy and self-doubt, making it harder for you to heal. To promote healing, it's crucial to limit your social media exposure. Consider unfollowing or muting your ex's accounts to create a healthier distance. This doesn't mean you have to erase them from your life completely. It simply allows you to focus on your own journey without the constant reminder of what they're doing. Instead of fixating on your ex's online presence, redirect that energy toward your own life. Engage in activities that bring you joy, whether it's picking up a new hobby, spending time with friends, or focusing on personal growth. By investing in yourself, you'll not only distract yourself from the urge to check their profiles, but also foster a sense of empowerment and independence. Remember, healing takes time, and the less you compare your life to your ex's highlight reel, the more space you'll create for your own happiness and growth. Focus on your path and let go of the need to monitor theirs. Mistake number 3, trying to make them jealous. One of the most counterproductive strategies after a breakup is attempting to make your ex jealous. While the motivation behind this tactic often stems from a desire to regain control or provoke a reaction, it can easily backfire. Jealousy tactics can lead to misunderstandings and resentment, pushing your ex further away rather than drawing them back in. Instead of rekindling feelings, you risk creating a toxic cycle of manipulation that can damage any chance of a genuine connection. When you resort to jealousy tactics, you may find yourself acting out of insecurity or desperation. This approach often leads to negative consequences, such as escalating conflict or deepening emotional wounds. Rather than fostering a healthy dialogue, it creates an environment of mistrust and competition, which is the last thing you want when trying to reconnect. Instead of playing games, consider healthier alternatives to express your feelings and desires. Focus on open and honest communication about your emotions. Share what you miss about the relationship or what you've learned since the breakup. This approach not only shows maturity, but also lays the groundwork for a more authentic connection. Ultimately, prioritizing genuine connection over manipulation is key. Building a relationship based on trust and understanding is far more effective than trying to provoke jealousy. By fostering an environment of respect and openness, you create the possibility for healing and reconnection, rather than driving your ex further away. Mistake number 4, rushing to move on. After a breakup, it's common to feel the urge to move on quickly. But rushing this process can lead to significant pitfalls. When you try to jump into a new relationship or distract yourself with superficial connections, you risk leaving unresolved feelings in the dust. This can create emotional baggage that may resurface later, leading to future issues in new relationships. Instead of genuinely healing, you might find yourself repeating old patterns or struggling with trust and vulnerability. Taking the time for self-reflection and healing is essential. Allow yourself to process your emotions fully, whether that means feeling sadness, anger, or even relief. Embracing these feelings can help you understand what you truly want in future relationships and what you need to work on within yourself. During this period, consider engaging in activities that promote personal growth. This could include journaling to explore your thoughts and feelings, picking up a new hobby that excites you, or even volunteering to help others. These activities not only provide a healthy distraction, but also help you rediscover your passions and build your self-esteem. Remember, healing is not a race. By taking the time to understand yourself and your emotions, you'll emerge stronger and more prepared for whatever comes next. Embrace this opportunity for growth, and you'll find that moving on becomes a more fulfilling and meaningful journey. Mistake number 5. Ignoring personal growth. One of the biggest mistakes you can make after a breakup is neglecting personal growth. While it might be tempting to wallow in sadness or focus solely on your ex, ignoring self-improvement can significantly hinder your chances of recovering the relationship or finding a healthier one in the future. When you don't invest in yourself, you risk carrying unresolved issues and insecurities into any new connections, which can lead to repeating past mistakes. Focusing on personal development is crucial during this time. Engaging in activities that foster growth and confidence can help you rebuild your sense of self. Consider taking up a new hobby, enrolling in a class, or even pursuing fitness goals. These activities not only distract you from the pain of the breakup, but also empower you to discover new passions and strengths. Additionally, practicing mindfulness or meditation can help you gain clarity and emotional resilience. Journaling your thoughts and feelings can also provide insight into your emotional landscape, allowing you to process your experiences more effectively. Investing in yourself is not just about feeling better, it's about preparing for a healthier future relationship. By focusing on personal growth, you'll cultivate a stronger sense of self-worth and emotional intelligence, making you a more balanced partner in the long run. Remember, the journey of self-improvement is a vital step toward not only healing, but also attracting the right kind of love into your life. Embrace this opportunity to grow and thrive. As we wrap up today's discussion, let's quickly recap the 5 surprising mistakes that can push your ex further away after a breakup. First, we talked about overcommunication, which can create pressure and anxiety for both parties. Next, we explored the pitfalls of social media stalking, highlighting how it distorts perceptions and increases emotional turmoil. Then, we discussed the dangers of trying to make your ex jealous, emphasizing that genuine connection is far more effective than manipulation. Following that, we examined the risks of rushing to move on, which can leave unresolved feelings that hinder future relationships. Finally, we highlighted the importance of focusing on personal growth, as neglecting self-improvement can prevent you from healing and moving forward. Key takeaways for your recovery journey include the importance of setting healthy boundaries, engaging in self-reflection, and investing in your personal development. Remember, healing takes time, and prioritizing your emotional well-being is essential for any future relationship. If you found this video helpful, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content on relationships and personal growth. Don't forget to like and share this video with anyone who might benefit from these tips. Explore our related content for more strategies and advice on navigating the complexities of love and healing. Breakups can feel like the end of the world, but what if you could flip the script and make your ex realize they made the biggest mistake of their life? In today's video, we're diving into the ultimate guide on psychological tactics that can have your ex regretting the day they ever let you go. Whether you've been left heartbroken or just seeking that sweet moment of satisfaction, these proven strategies will help you turn pain into power. Picture this. Instead of feeling lost or undervalued, you've moved on, leveled up, and suddenly your ex is the one looking back, second-guessing their decision. Sounds satisfying, right? We're not just talking about cheap tricks. We're going deep into the psychology of attraction, confidence, and emotional triggers. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with concrete steps to not only heal, but also spark that undeniable curiosity in your ex, leaving them wondering, what have I done? Get ready to learn how self-improvement, emotional distance, and subtle mind games can shift the dynamic and have them chasing after you. Stay tuned if you're ready to take control, flip the script, and reclaim your power. Breakups can trigger a whirlwind of emotions, not just for the person who initiates the split, but also for the one left behind. Common emotional responses include sadness, anger, and even relief, which can create a complex emotional landscape for both partners. Understanding these feelings is crucial, as they often lead to regret, especially when one partner begins to reflect on what they've lost. One key psychological concept at play is loss aversion, which suggests that people tend to feel the pain of loss more intensely than the pleasure of gain. This means that after a breakup, your ex may focus on the void you left in their life, amplifying feelings of regret. Additionally, self-awareness plays a vital role in this dynamic. By understanding your ex's emotional state and the reasons behind their actions, you can better navigate your own feelings and responses. This insight not only helps you heal, but also positions you to potentially rekindle that connection as you become more attuned to their perspective and emotions. After a breakup, it's easy to get caught up in feelings of sadness and loss. However, this is the perfect time to invest in personal growth and focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Engaging in activities that enhance your self-esteem and confidence can be incredibly empowering. Consider setting new fitness goals, joining a gym, or taking up a new sport. Physical health plays a significant role in mental well-being, and feeling strong can boost your overall mood. Additionally, don't underestimate the power of mental health. Practices like meditation, journaling, or even therapy can help you process your emotions and build resilience. It's essential to prioritize your mental well-being during this time of transition. Moreover, pursuing hobbies and interests that genuinely make you happy can reignite your passion for life. Whether it's painting, hiking, or learning a musical instrument, these activities not only provide joy, but also help you discover new aspects of yourself. By focusing on self-improvement, you'll not only heal, but also become someone your ex might regret losing, all while building a fulfilling life for yourself. Creating emotional distance after a breakup is crucial for both you and your ex. When you give your ex the space they need, it allows them to reflect on the relationship and the feelings they may have taken for granted. This distance can often lead to feelings of longing and regret as they start to realize what they've lost. To facilitate this process, it's essential to limit contact and social media interactions with your ex. Constant communication or checking their online activity can hinder both your healing and their ability to miss you. By stepping back, you create an environment where they can truly assess their feelings without distractions. During this period, focusing on yourself becomes paramount. Use this time to engage in self-care, pursue new interests, and strengthen your emotional resilience. Not only does this help you heal, but it also positions you as a more attractive and confident individual. Ultimately, creating emotional distance can be a powerful strategy that encourages your ex to reconsider their decision and reflect on the value of what you once shared. In today's digital age, social media plays a significant role in shaping perceptions of happiness and success. After a breakup, it's essential to present your best self to the world, not just for your own healing, but also to subtly remind your ex of what they're missing. However, it's crucial to strike a balance. Sharing positive experiences and achievements can be uplifting, but overdoing it may come off as inauthentic. Consider posting about your new hobbies, travels, or personal milestones, but do so in a way that feels genuine. Instead of crafting a perfect image, share moments that reflect your true self and the growth you're experiencing. This authenticity resonates more deeply with others and can evoke feelings of admiration rather than envy. Remember, showcasing your best self isn't just about impressing your ex. It's about celebrating your journey and embracing who you are becoming. By focusing on personal growth and sharing your experiences authentically, you not only boost your self-esteem, but also create an inviting aura that can rekindle interest from those who may have overlooked your worth. After a breakup, expanding your social network is not just beneficial, it's essential for your emotional recovery. Meeting new people and making new friends can provide fresh perspectives and support, helping you move forward. Engaging in new social circles allows you to rediscover yourself outside of the relationship, which can be incredibly empowering. Additionally, these new social interactions can inadvertently create feelings of jealousy in your ex. When they see you thriving and enjoying life with new friends, it may prompt them to reflect on their decision and realize what they're missing. This can be a powerful motivator for them to reconsider their feelings. To kickstart this process, consider joining clubs or groups that align with your personal interests. Whether it's a book club, a sports team, or a creative workshop, these activities not only help you meet like-minded individuals, but also provide opportunities for personal growth. By immersing yourself in new experiences and connections, you'll not only enhance your social life, but also cultivate a sense of fulfillment that can make your ex sit up and take notice. Nostalgia can be a powerful tool in evoking feelings of regret in an ex. When we reminisce about positive memories, it triggers emotional responses that can lead to longing and reflection. This psychological effect can make your ex reconsider the good times you shared, often overshadowing the reasons for the breakup. One effective way to harness nostalgia is by subtly reminding your ex of those shared experiences without direct contact. This could be as simple as posting a photo from a memorable trip or a song that holds special meaning for both of you. These gentle nudges can spark memories and emotions that may have faded over time. However, timing is crucial when invoking nostalgia. It's important to ensure that enough time has passed since the breakup for both of you to process your feelings. If you bring up memories too soon, it may come off as desperate or clingy. By strategically using nostalgia at the right moment, you can create an emotional connection that encourages your ex to reflect on what they've lost, potentially reigniting their interest in you. Maintaining an air of mystery after a breakup can be an effective strategy to spark curiosity and interest from your ex. When you become unpredictable, it piques their curiosity and makes them wonder what you're up to. This intrigue can lead them to reflect on the relationship and question their decision to part ways. One way to cultivate this sense of mystery is by keeping your personal plans and activities private. Instead of sharing every detail of your life on social media or in conversations, allow some aspects to remain unknown. This not only adds an element of surprise, but also makes you appear more intriguing. Additionally, it's essential not to be overly available. If you're constantly reachable or eager to reconnect, it can diminish your allure. By setting boundaries and prioritizing your own life, you create a sense of independence that can be attractive. This unpredictability, combined with a hint of mystery, can lead your ex to reconsider their feelings and reignite their interest in you, making them curious about the person you're becoming. While it's important to create distance after a breakup, there are times when effective communication is essential. Knowing how to communicate assertively without appearing desperate can help you navigate these situations with confidence. When you do reach out, focus on expressing your thoughts clearly and calmly, avoiding any emotional outbursts that might come off as clingy. Setting boundaries during conversations is crucial. Make it clear what you're comfortable discussing and what topics are off limits. This not only protects your emotional well-being, but also demonstrates maturity and self-respect, qualities that can rekindle your ex's interest. When the moment feels right, don't hesitate to express your feelings honestly. Sharing your thoughts can provide closure or clarity, but it's important to do so without expecting a specific response. This openness can foster a deeper understanding between you and your ex, allowing them to see the growth you've achieved since the breakup. By communicating effectively and assertively, you create an opportunity for meaningful dialogue that can lead to reflection and potentially reignite the connection you once shared. In today's video, we explored several key psychological tricks to make your ex regret losing you. We discussed the importance of self-improvement, emphasizing that focusing on your personal growth can not only boost your confidence, but also make you more attractive. Creating emotional distance was another crucial point, as it allows both you and your ex to reflect on the relationship and potentially reignite feelings of longing. We also highlighted the power of nostalgia and how maintaining an air of mystery can spark curiosity in your ex. Effective communication, when necessary, can provide clarity and closure, helping you navigate your feelings while setting healthy boundaries. As you embark on this journey of self-discovery and emotional healing, remember that these strategies can empower you to take control of your narrative. If you found this video helpful, we encourage you to subscribe, like, and share it with others who might benefit from this relationship advice. Your engagement helps us create more content that supports you in your journey toward love and fulfillment. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.